Are we ready? I think we are really, really ready for this one. Welcome to the groundbreaking of the Bunker Hill redevelopment. My name is Kate Bennett, and I am the administrator and CEO at the Housing Authority. And I couldn't be happier to welcome you here today. We are embarking on one of the largest public housing revitalizations in the nation here, certainly in this city. And it will not only serve current residents and future low-income families, but also significant market families as we move from an 1,100 unit public housing development to a 2,700 unit mixed income community in the future. It has been an amazing, amazing partnership and a long time coming to this day. I want to thank my predecessor, Billy McGonigal, who who set this whole thing in motion. I have not always praised him for that every day of this project, but I certainly am grateful at this point to be at this point. It really is a unique partnership between the Boston Housing Authority, the Charlestown Resident Alliance, and the Leggett McCall development team. We have worked hundreds and hundreds of hours to arrive at a project that both responds to the needs of existing residents, but also opens up the site to become a whole new neighborhood. And we're really proud of that. I want to welcome Mayor Wu to the podium. I have said many, many times, Mayor Wu has shown up big time for BHA communities. She has shown up in person at our sites frequently. She has shown up with her budget, and she has shown up with her support for our families, and I couldn't be more grateful. Please, a warm welcome, Mayor Wu.
Give a round of applause for our incredible Boston Housing Authority Administrator. Kate works so hard, and every single day she is all throughout our communities, every part of the city, making sure that issues, how many people have Kate's cell phone number here, right? Be honest. Issues big and small, and she leaves very, very big shoes to fill for our incoming administrator, Kenzie Bach, who is actually out of town. Otherwise, she would be here at a conference of all of the folks around the country who are running public housing to make sure she's bringing best practices. So I know we're going to keep Kate very, very involved, and we're so grateful for all of her stewardship. I'm really grateful because in Boston, we are just, for example, I'm sure with the conversations that Kenzie's having with other cities around the country and the conversations that I get to have when I'm with other mayors and learning, I feel so lucky whenever I get home from those conversations. We have such alignment and such a team here at every level. State Representative Danny Ryan, who lives in this community and there's no question when even the dog approves.
The dog approves. I like that. I'm a cat guy, but that's all right.
There's never any question when it comes to what people need, and the people of this neighborhood and the residents who Danny has grown up knowing, loving, and we're so thankful to have that partnership at the state. I know State Senator Lydia Edwards, I think, may be on her way as well. Also, just such a champion for housing, for this community, and City Councilor Gigi Coletta as well. And Senator Sal DiDomenico, your senator. Everyone was out in full force at the parade a little bit ago, and we saw them all. So I also want to thank, in addition, our partners at the federal level at HUD, Richard Minocchio, who you'll hear from in a little bit, as well as those partners who are actually making this happen, Adelaide Grady from Leggett McCall Properties, and of course, the Charlestown Resident Alliance with your president, Nancy Martinez, leading the way. We talk a lot everywhere about what collaboration can unlock for us, what it means to work together and bring people from all different backgrounds into the conversation, not just about one thing that we need, but all the many things that fit together in our residents' lives. Today, we are going to break ground on a historic project that shows just how much we can do when we prioritize investments at scale to address the housing crisis here in Boston. This has been 8 years in the making. And there have been many, many hands who have been passing that baton along. So just again, thank you to Kate and the BHA, to Richard and the team at HUD, Mass Housing for the substantial low-income housing tax credits that went into this project. I want to thank our Office of Housing's chief, Sheila Dillon, also for all the work that she and her team do all across the city. Leggett McCall and Corcoran ran a very involved community process, which the Charlestown Resident Alliance wouldn't have had it any other way. Thank you for being part of every step and every conversation in advocating fiercely for community. Thanks to all of you. The Bunker Hill Public Housing Development will expand to become a community mixed income, more than 2,700 units that fully replaces and preserves all of the public housing on site. This is the largest project of its kind in Boston's history. And when completed, the development will also be the largest community to meet the very rigorous climate protection standards, the passive house standards in the largest community, not just in Boston or Massachusetts or even this country, but on the entire continent of North America. And I know when we talk about a lot of the what climate and all these technical standards mean, it gets really scientific and in the weeds. And the way that I think about it, every time we talk about efficiency, every time we talk about sustainability and resiliency, it's about whether you can breathe easy in your homes. It's about whether it's the right temperature inside your home when it's really hot or cold outside. It's about whether the water is clean and clear and unlike other parts of the country, that our kids can rely on that. Our seniors can not have a care in the world when you think about what you have access to in the sanctity of your own home, your special treasure in this world. So with this project, we are continuing to prove that when we work together, we don't have to choose between either affordable or green. It is important to do both, and that's what our residents deserve. And here in Boston, we are proud. We're going to find example after example of how we can prove what's possible when we commit to doing both. So before I pass it over to the representative to say a word as well, representing this community. I know we have Spanish language media here. Want to make sure all of our residents can have access to this great information who may not be here. Entonces, buenos días. Hablamos mucho en Boston de lo que el poder de la colaboración puede abrir para nosotros que es posible cuando trabajamos juntos para ofrecer soluciones y servicios que nuestros residentes necesitan y merecen. Y hoy estamos aquí para celebrar el inicio de un proyecto histórico, que es un ejemplo de lo mucho que podemos hacer cuando realmente elegimos dar prioridad a las inversiones para hacer frente a la crisis de la vivienda aquí en Boston. El día de hoy ha tardado 8 años en llegar y quiero dar las gracias a todos los que han contribuido a que lleguemos a este punto. Kate y el Boston Housing Authority, los miembros de nuestro equipo, Richard Monocchio y el equipo de HUD, Mass Housing, Leggett McCall y Corcoran, y por supuesto la Alianza de Residentes Charlestown, por ser parte de cada iteración de este plan. De principio a fin y por abogar fuertemente por esta comunidad. Gracias a todos ustedes, este proyecto se convertirá en una nueva y hermosa comunidad de uso mixto y renta mixta que le dará a los residentes de Bunker Hill y Charlestown la vivienda sana, limpia y digna que se merecen y conservará las viviendas públicas existentes. Por años, los residentes de Bunker Hill han luchado y se han organizado para pedir mejoras desesperadamente necesarias a las condiciones de vida aquí. Después de años de reuniones, un proceso de revisión destacando y una pandemia, hoy celebramos un nuevo capítulo monumental y largamente esperado para esta comunidad, ya que estamos empezando la primera fase de remodelación de Bunker Hill. La celebración de hoy es de la combinación de generaciones de trabajo realizado por líderes de inquilinos que pedían viviendas dignas. Este proyecto no solo es el mayor de su clase en la historia de Boston. Cuando esté terminado, este complejo será la mayor comunidad que cumple el riguroso estándar climático Passive House, no solo en nuestra ciudad o en Massachusetts o incluso en este país, sino en todo el continente norteamericano. Eso significa que la nueva urbanización alcanzará los niveles más altos posibles de eficiencia y sostenibilidad, utilizando técnicas de diseño respetuosas con el clima, para garantizar que las unidades se mantengan frescas en verano y calientes en invierno, ahorrando a los residentes dinero en los crecientes precios energéticos. Con este proyecto seguimos demostrando que cuando trabajamos juntos, no tenemos que elegir entre ecológico y asequible, pero los dos. Podemos preservar, proteger y crear viviendas asequibles para satisfacer el nivel de necesidad que estamos viviendo, sin comprometer la calidad ni descartar el medio ambiente. En Boston estamos orgullosos de ser un ejemplo de lo mucho que se puede hacer cuando uno se compromete a hacer ambas cosas. Gracias, and thank you so much, everyone. And now I'll invite up your state rep, Danny Ryan.
All right. Okay, everything the mayor just said, and I'm done. That was good. Nice job. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Leggett McCall, and for everyone for being here. HUD, BHA, Kate, thank you. It's been great working with you these years. You're not going that far away. We're going to see a lot of you. And I just want to be really brief because we have a lot of construction to do here. You know, I don't want to stand in the way. There's been a big week in Charlestown, Bunker Hill Parade Week. A lot of people come back. And a lot of people knew that the housing development was going to get done over, but until they actually seen it, never really thought it was a possibility. So it's good to get the shovel in the ground and get started. And there was a lot of nostalgia this week. People come back with their memories of growing up here and being here and laying, you know, this is the foundation of their future lives, wherever they ended up. So they kind of missed the housing development, but they were also happy for the new residents in the future. You could see it, you could hear it. And, you know, whatever it looks like going forward, and it's going to be beautiful, the past will always be with us also, as folks are here ready to help and come back, because we still got a long way to go, and we're going to make sure it's done and it's done right. And I just, as I'm sitting here talking with the CRA, looking at the CRA and the Residents Alliance, we had to pass a bill in the legislature. As the mayor said, it's been 8 years. It was actually a little longer than 8 because there's some discussions going on. And Bill McGonigal, who I've worked with for years. I've been in office 9 years, and we needed to pass a home rule petition in order to allow this development to happen. And the Residents Alliance come up to the State House and testified in the hearing. Kevin Honer was the chair, and it was the first piece of legislation that I actually passed. Has the governor's name on it. And my mom grew up in McNulty Court, so it even means that much more to me. So I'm here to represent the past and the future of this housing development. And we're all in this together. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Rep. Ryan. Your support for this project has been phenomenal, and we appreciate it. I just want to quickly, before I introduce the next speaker, shout out my amazing city colleagues that have been alongside us every step of the way. Chief Dillon, Chief Jemison, I think I saw somewhere from the BPDA. So many departments at the city have contributed significantly. The budget office, transportation, public works. These projects take a village within the city, and we are deeply grateful. I am truly delighted that Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary Rich Minocchio could join us today from HUD. Rich has a decades-long background in public service, in affordable housing, in public housing. He understands our issues, and we're really excited about his appointment at HUD and just very grateful for the partnership and that he chose to be with us here today. Rich.
Good morning, everyone. So I come from Chicago, and so I believe the mayor did too, which, you know, I love this city, and it's such an honor for me to be here. I've only been in this job a few weeks, but this is my first official event, and it's an honor because, you know, listening to the representative and the mayor, whenever you have to pass legislation to even begin to get something done, it doesn't happen very often. I can tell you that. And then to take 8 years to get a plan together and reach consensus is also something that doesn't happen. And it shows the perseverance of the leaders and the residents and the partnership that it took to get that done. And it's really heartwarming to see that, because sometimes that doesn't happen in the country, okay? We have our disagreements and things don't happen. But what's happening now, and I drove through the site, and by the way, these are very well kept, and I congratulate the Housing Authority for that. But the fact that you're going to actually almost triple the number of units at a time when housing supply is the issue in this country from a housing perspective. It's the issue that President Biden has said is number one, that we have to increase the number of houses to reduce housing instability and worst case housing needs, and really give everybody what they deserve, a nice place to live that they can afford. So I have to say, this is an incredible plan too. The amount of work and the amount of financing that has to go together, and working across different levels of government, you know, the federal, the state, the local, to get to the point that we are at here today is amazing. And you know, that doesn't happen without political leadership. And Mayor, congratulations, council member. This is something that you know, we at the federal level, I have to say, are very proud of, because I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be getting around throughout the country to tell our story and to help highlight. Thank you. Because there's so much good happening, okay? In Boston, in Cleveland, where I just came from, in Pittsburgh, where I'm going to. We're going to be telling these stories, okay? Because government does work. And this is a perfect example of taking a place where 1940s housing, and in a revolutionary setting, by the way. I got to Bunker Hill for the first time 3 years ago, and I had goosebumps, okay? I'm a bit of a revolutionary geek, and for me, that was so awesome. So to actually be here to celebrate with you this incredible project is quite an honor. And I look forward to coming back for the first ribbon cutting. Thank you everyone so much.
Thank you so much, Rich. It's great to have you here. Would you like to say a few words? Sal Domenico, not a stranger to any of you. I'm not surprised to see him here today, and please, a warm welcome.
I'm going to take you on the road with me, Big Mama. The best intro right there. Good afternoon, everyone. It is great being here with Mayor Wu, my partner in crime of the State House, Danny Ryan. I know Gigi Colette is on her way over as well. And, you know, this is really a special day for Charlestown, but an even more special day for the residents of Charlestown. The people in this development that are going to have brand new homes, what you deserve. And it's been a long time coming. It's been a collaborative process, 8+ years in the running, but I think we have it right. And now we're going to actually have some fruits of all the labor that was put into this project for so many years. And I want to thank the City of Boston, Mayor Wu, of course, Boston Housing, the Charlestown Resident Alliance, my buddies, my good friends, Leggett McCall, and all the partners who worked so hard to make this happen today. So I'm not going to talk all day about this. This is just a special day for all of you. I'm just happy to be we love you too. You know how I feel about all of you. But thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, Senator. So I wanted to just shout out, before I introduce the next speakers, the BHA team. If you're on the BHA team, could you just stand or wave? We've got so many people that have contributed literally thousands of hours to this. Woo! I want to especially thank Joe Bamberg and his team in real estate, Gail Livingston, and Dean Papadimitriou, as well as the entire operations team. Chris Knox at the site has been phenomenal. It's not easy to manage one of these sites, period, but then to layer on a redevelopment like this makes it really difficult. And Chris and his team have been amazing. With these projects, there is always someone at the center that kind of has to sweat all of the details and kind of bear the psychic burden of 1,000 moving pieces. And that person in this project has been Addie Grady of Leggett McCall. It's been phenomenal working with Addie and her entire team. I also want to thank Eric Shuffles, a principal there, who's been so key in this effort. And so it's my pleasure to introduce the next speaker, Addie Grady.
Just little old me, guys. It's a tough act to follow. If I had known, Mayor Wu, that you knew everything about this project, I would have cut my writing short, but I'll cut my speaking short. My name is Adelaide Grady. I am a partner and a senior vice president with Leggett McCall Properties, and I'm the executive vice president of this project, executive director of this project. I've been working on it now for 4.5 years when we started the the sort of official BPDA process of submitting our DPIR into the BPDA, and 1 month later, COVID hit. That was lots of fun. Anyway, I will spare you all the gory details. Many of you were there for us along the way and saw my face in a box for many, many months. I just want to thank Eric Shuffles, the co-president of Leggett McCall, who's not able to be here today because he's on a much well-deserved vacation. It was his vision, along with Joe Corcoran's, who from the beginning really created this idea of how to do this differently. And it's really that vision that is why I'm here today. I rejoined Leggett McCall after a 15-year hiatus to work on a project that just went straight to my soul. Affordable housing, green housing, it's what it's all about for me. To our extended tri-party team and the countless individuals, Kate's already recognized many of them. I want to recognize another group that hasn't been mentioned yet, and that's Greater Boston Legal Services. They have definitely made my life difficult, but in the best possible way. And I'm really grateful for all I've learned from all of you. In the early days, it was the Charlestown Tenants Task Force and Betty Carrington, along with Bill McGonigal, whose vision got us here. And that organization laid the groundwork for what is such an amazingly robust 501c3, I think, right? Yes. Charlestown Resident Alliance. I work with this board literally 3 times a week. We talk to each other, right? And it's the vision of this group and the advocacy of this group that has really contributed to what we're doing here today. Also, the youth leadership and the youth themselves have turned it around. I think this is the first IAG that in the city that included a youth member, a rotating youth member from Turn It Around. And that was also a very productive aspect of our permitting process. I'm proud to say I think we won some folks over the process of it. Lots of doubts in the beginning, and we made some good progress. The Charlestown Adult Education Center, Lori Dialova, she's also amazing, helped us with our workforce development work, which is a strong, firm commitment of the development team to not only develop amazing housing here, but also work towards bringing new jobs, both for construction and for the long-term operations and maintenance of the property. Our financing partners are really who enable us to get the money together to make these things happen. They're not inexpensive. So Mass Housing is, for this first phase here, our financing provider. We also have CREA as our tax credit syndicator, and Declaration Partners as our investor in the pre-development work. The consultant teams, they're the ones who actually put it all together. You wouldn't believe the mountain of paper involved in building something like this. Stantec, Copley Wolf, Suffolk, VHB. I'm sure I'm missing, we have tons of consultants. I'm sure I'm missing somebody. I actually asked my team to write a list of all the names, first names of everybody, because there's 5 Davids and 6 Pams and lots of Kathys. It's amazing how many people are involved in something like this. In Order Business is also helping us with our workforce development efforts, and Wentworth Institute of Technology as well in supporting our partnership we're starting our 3rd year of the Design Corps, Charlestown Design Corps, which is a summer career exploration and workforce development program for Charlestown youth. I'd like to also thank our abutters, the Kennedy Center and Newtown. Hi, Crystal. I know that there's a lot of trepidation for how something like this is going to work when you live right next door, right? Or you work right next door. And you've been very helpful and kind and working with us to try to find solutions. So thank you. And then lastly, our neighborhood partners and friends who help us understand the broader community's needs and goals. Charlestown Neighborhood Council and the Charlestown Historical Society have also been invaluable through this process. So I could thank 100 more people, but with that, I will turn it over to Kate again, I think, to introduce who I think is the most important person in the room, Nancy.
Thank you, Addie. And I also wanted to shout out Jen from the Corcoran team and Sean from the Corcoran team, also just part of the development team here today. And so, yes, what you've all been waiting for really is to hear from the CRA. It is my true privilege and pleasure to introduce the CRA. They have dedicated thousands of hours to this effort to ensure that the resident vision really stayed front and center throughout all of these years. They have been incredible partners. They've built a really impressive organization, and they have also become family to me and to many others along the way. And so I thank them for that. CRA.
Hi, everyone. I want to thank everybody to be here. I'm going to give a good speech for everybody. So thank you for everything. I appreciate you guys being here. So my name is Nancy Martinez, and I'm the proud president of the Charlestown Resident Alliance, the CRA. Today's groundbreaking is a new beginning for Bunker Hill residents. It has been a long journey to get here, and we are ready to celebrate. The CRA represents the residents of the Bunker Hill. We started in 2017 to advocate for fair, equal, healthy, and affordable housing opportunities in our community. Some of us has done this work even longer with an earlier group called the Charlestown Tenant Task Force that I joined in 2015. We help residents connect to service, and we organize programs and events like our Family Day coming up on August 19. We do this because Bunker Hill is a special. It's not just building. This is our home. Amen. And we deserve a safe, comfortable, and united community. That's right, Nancy. When we first heard about the redevelopment, there was many questions. How could these buildings be improved so everybody has a safe and comfortable place to live? We need help from inside and outside the community. So the CIA got work to do. We start meeting with the BHA and developers. We meet with the city official and relocation specialists and advisors. Our board members has been to hundreds of meetings in the past 7 years. But most important, we talk to the residents and we listen to their hopes and their fear for this project. Residents say they are worried about longer their homes and rents going up. They say we need a new community center and more spaces where they can get together. Our kids need jobs, opportunities, and training to set them up to be successful. The CRA went back to the table with the BHAs and the developers, and we made the residents' voices hear. We got commitments for a new community center and for residents to have the rights to return. And we're going to keep doing this work for as long it would take. I want to thank everyone who helped us to get here today. Thank you to our partner, the Boston Housing Authority, Kate Bennett. Thank you to Leggett McCall and Joe Corcoran. For the BHA special thank you for Kate Bennett, all of your support. We want to take a moment to remember Bill McGonigal, who worked with us for so many years. And welcome to Kenzie Buck. She was so glad you are here, and we're excited to work with you. Thank you to the Mayor Wood and the City of Boston, to our advisors, HAI, GBLS, the Reigns Design, and to HMU. And a huge thank you for all the CIA board members and staff past for the present. Most of all, we thank the residents of Bunker Hill. It's an honor to represent you in building this united community. We have a lot left to do, and we need people to get involved and stay involved. When we work together, we can make better life for our families, and we make Boston stronger. Thank you so much, everybody. I gotta show something. They took a picture of this, and I wanted it because of the rainbow. Rainbow means we're gonna go forward. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy, and to all of CRA, truly. That concludes the program. I just want to acknowledge two electeds that weren't able to be here, Senator Lydia Edwards and Councilor Gigi Coletta. Gigi may still arrive at some point, but these two have been phenomenal supporters of the residents of this development, pre-development and throughout the process. And they've also worked hard with us. They've helped broker difficult situations and negotiations, and so we're grateful to them as well today. Yeah, so we're going to take some photos, but that concludes the formal program. Thank you again, everybody, for coming today. Appreciate it.